Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all, dear devotees, for joining today. Very auspicious when we come together, glorify the Lord, in front of the Lord, seeing the Lord, offering the ārati to the Lord, everybody singing together for the Lord's. So this ocean of bliss, how many of you experience this? The bliss, the ocean of bliss, the bliss that which you can feel and experience when you come in the front of the Lord. When you sing, when you dance, how many of you feel it? Nobody? This is our great fortune. So we know that in this material world, they will not realize because of, it says that there are two people are so happy in this world. One is extremely poor because he does not have anything to worry. He's always somewhere or other in his own world. Another is those who have, so much of wealth or some way or other. You can see that. So there is nobody in the middle. So in this, those who are extremely poor, they don't know anything about it. What is happiness? What is bliss? What is joy? All they are going through is just suffering in their life. Some point of time they will be, used to it, and then they don't have any differentiation that, okay, whether I am going through this. And they also say that this is okay. I'm fine. So like that, our condition is like that in this world. We are actually sinking in the deep ocean of this material science. Deep ocean. The moment you come in contact, seeing the darshan of the Lord, some way or other you engage in the service of the Lord, hearing the glories of the Lord, chant the holy name of the Lord, what happens? You are just that the potency, the Lord mercy and the potency taking you from the bottom of this material ocean, the signs of the ocean, and bringing up to that, and then it bring over to the, and it's bring to the banks in the ocean, the banks of the ocean, shore of the ocean. So now you are singing in the ocean, now you are on the shore of the ocean, you are just coming out of it. Yes, you may have a little bit wet, you may have a little bit of suffering here and there. But ultimately what is happening, you are coming out from that science, the material ocean, and then coming to the shore of the ocean, and now you are little, saved. So who does this? Who does this and bringing you back to the shore of the ocean? The devotees. The devotees. Or the spiritual master is considered as the boatman. In this boat, in this ocean, those who take you away, take you, from the ocean and bring it to the shore of the ocean is actually that boatman or the devotees or the spiritual master. Then now what happens? Now you start to realize, like a poor man, he does not realize anything, does not understand anything. Similarly, now we are not into that position. Now we are just little bit, we can realize and experience that the mercy and the joy and the bliss. Little bit you can experience. So then that is the condition, that's the state that one can attain, that when you chant the holy name, when you come in front of the Lord, when you offer the oblations to the Lord, ārati to the Lord, sing for the Lord, dance for the Lord, and you all feel that the joy and the bliss in your heart. This you cannot compare with any other happiness, so-called happiness we say, cannot compare with it. So there is a happiness and the bliss, there are differences into that. Basically the happiness which actually you derive is actually just the pleasure that is a senses, it makes you, your senses will be more aroused, that's all. That's what is the happiness, the so-called happiness we say. But when it comes to the word of bliss, which arouse in your heart, not on your senses, which arouse in your heart. So this is the difference, the material happiness, the joy or the bliss we say. So when you come in contact with the dear devotees, that's the only way that we can come out of this material ocean. And when you connect to the Lord, it will take you, we may not realize it because of you're already been there because of one who born in the Bharatavarsha. It says that the Bhagavatam, one who born in the Bharatavarsha, naturally, automatically by default, they are up to quiet level because of they have this, wherever you go, there are temples. In your home, at least your parents, maybe grandparents, at least somebody in your home must have done some kinds of pious activities, must have done or chant some names of the Lord. And naturally you get this by the birth, by default. But that is not the case here in this country. So many millions of people that do not even know what is this joy or the bliss that you derive from the devotional service. They may not know. So since we have that opportunity, we are the fortunate that we can realize and experience this joy just by being in the devotional service. It's immense pleasure, immense potency, immense joy. That's why the living entities are generally known as Kripa Siddhas. Kripa Siddhas. Only by the mercy of the Lord and His devotees that we can experience, we can come out from the science or the material ocean. Only by the Kripa, the mercy. So it is very important that we get that mercy. How do we get the mercy of a devotee? How do we get the mercy of the Lord? How do we get the mercy of a devotee? Serve. Serve. And what is that? Called devotional service, loving devotional service. Association of the devotees. It starts from the beginning. It's a very important aspect of that. It starts from the first Adau. What is Adau? In the beginning? Adau, Shraddha. What is that Shraddha means? Shraddha means faith. Faith in devotees. Faith in the words of spiritual master. Faith in the Lord. So one derives the faith by hearing. Okay, very important. One derives that faith by hearing only. So you have to always ready to hear from the devotees, from the scriptures, from the glories of the Lord. This purifies the heart. Then our faith becomes so strong. Then we get the mercy associating with the devotee, sadhu sangha. When you go to a devotee or devotee says that, Prabhuji, please come to the temple. You know what exactly happening? Everybody knows? Everybody knows what exactly happening?
We are associating. We are associating.
Okay, that's true. Just before associating.
Mercy. God is inviting.
Mercy. That devotee is adhikari. Devotee is generally known as adhikari. So we say that whoever comes in Krishna consciousness, we say that Kanishta adhikari. Adhikar, they have adhikar. They have adhikar or Kanishta adhikari, Madhyama adhikari, Uttama adhikari. We heard this word adhikari means what? Authority. Right? Adhikari means authority. So they have this mercy, they have this potency. The devotee derives the potency from their devotional service. When a devotee says, Prabhuji or Mataji, please come to the temple or come to fore, what they are actually showering the mercy upon you. When Narada Dev chastise somebody, what is you? Narada Dev showering the mercy. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kai, Leva Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. No matter. Sadhu has that ocean of mercy. There is a beautiful book. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj compiled. You know that this? There is a book called Ocean of Mercy. Heard this book? How many of you heard this book? That's a beautiful book. And this book is all about Srila Prabhupada. Think about Srila Prabhupada at the age of 69. Age of 69. Srila Prabhupada was there in Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. And very nicely, situated there in Radha Damodar temple for quite long years. And if you go to Radha Damodar temple, still you can see that the Srila Prabhupada's cot, the table, the bed, and like there is a looking that the Radha Damodari from the room itself can see the Radha Damodar. Behind there is Rupa Goswamis and Sanatana Goswamis, the Kutir, as well as the Samadhi Sthal. And right there, can you imagine? Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Shad Goswamis, everybody is there in the Radha Damodar temple. And Radha Damodar temple has a Shalagram Shila which was given to Krishna himself to Sanatana Goswami, that was also worshipping there in the Radha Damodar temple. If you go there, you can see it. Very beautifully situated. But devotees are generally known as Paradukha Dukhi. They are very merciful. They are painful when they see the pain of others. Srila Prabhupada used to walk 6 miles every day to a printing press in order to just to save like 1 rupee or 2 rupee that time for the bus fare. 6 miles every day. Go to a press to see that the Bhagavad Gita is printed or not every day. Buying paper and giving to the press with that money. This was Srila Prabhupada's thought that if I have that money, I would buy the paper so that I give it to the press so that they can print. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, the spiritual master, saw Srila Prabhupada. Immediately saw that this is the devotee sees somebody, they can immediately understand that the caliber of that person. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj saw Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada saw Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, there was an exchange of mercy. Immediately showered the mercy to Srila Prabhupada. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was giving a lecture on Radha Kund. There are a lot of devotees initially, and after some time there was some ārati was going on, everybody got up and left. Srila Prabhupada was the only one. And Srila Prabhupada was very attentively hearing Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. And then and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj noticed this. And after second time, then after 20 years or something, Srila Prabhupada met with the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was, remembering Srila Prabhupada. Abhay Babu, I remember you. You are the only one sat and listened completely this spiritual science. You are eligible. You are eligible. Whenever you get money, print books, preach this Krishna consciousness. What Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was showering the mercy. If devotee says to something to you, dear devotees, remember that they are showering the mercy to you. This is the way that we get that potency to execute devotion service. This is the way we derive mercy and the bliss, and we connect to the Lord. And when the devotee is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Yasya prasadan bhagavat prasado yasya prasadan nagadi kudopi. Yasya prasadan. When a devotee is pleased, when a guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Always remember, this is a wonderful process. That's why the devotees, when we start the program, we actually start offering the prayers to the Tulasi Maharani. This is our process. When we offer ārati to Tulasi Maharani is the great devotee of the Lord and the assistants of Srimati Radharani. And who is the Vrinda Devi? Tulasi Maharani is known as Vrinda Devi. Who is Vrindavaneshwari? Radharani. So Vrinda Devi, who is in assistance of Srimati Radharani, and decided that who wants to enter into the Golok Vrindavan, who decides that? Who decides that? Vrinda Devi, Tulasi Maharani. Who wants the entrance to the Golok Vrindavan? Tulasi Devi, Vrinda Devi is deciding. Otherwise, nobody could enter into the Vrindavan. One time, Narada Devi wanted to come to enter into the Vrindavan pastimes or the Rasalila pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Narada Devi came and had such a desire to enter and see that the beautiful, even Lakshmi Devi does not have the entrance to the Rasalila or the wonderful pastimes of the Lord, the Gopis and Srimati Radharani is the pastimes. Even Lakshmi Devi will not have an entrance to these pastimes. Narada Devi appeared, Narada Devi came, and then Narada Devi had that desire. When Narada Devi came to Vrindavan, then there is an young Gopi came to Narada Devi, understood the desires of Narada Devi, told that, you come with me. You come with me. So, but before you come, you have to take a dip in a pond. So then this Gopi took Narada Dev and told, dip here, take a, get into the water and take a dip. Immediately when the Narada Dev took the dip in the water, Narada Dev became a wonderful Gopi. It's known as Naradiya Gopi. Then this Gopi took Narada Dev, that Gopi, Naradiya Gopi, to the wonderful Rasalila Sthala of Shri Radha, Shyamasundara and the entire Gopis. And then after that, again, this Gopi took Narada Dev, came back and brought back, and then, asked to take the dip in the water, and then Narada Dev, the Gopi became Narada Dev. Now Narada Dev cannot see anything else other than just this is the difference. Who was that Gopi? Who was that Gopi came to Narada Dev? No. It was Tulasi Devi. Only with the permission of Tulasi Devi one can get the entrance to this Vrindavan. Otherwise you cannot. The devotees, we have to always take the shelter of Tulasi Maharani. Always worship her. That's why we say, Moraye Abhilash. We pray to Tulasi Devi. What is that? Moraye Abhilash Vilasa Kunche Diyo Vas. Nayane Heribo Sada Chugalaru Barasi. Moraye Abhilash. I have one desire, dear Tulasi Maharani, Tulasi Mada. Vilasa Kuncha Diyo Vas. Where is the Vilas Kunch? What is Vilas Kunch? Where Krishna and Radha exhibit their wonderful, beautiful pastimes. Vilasa Kunch. If you go to Vrindavan, from many Kunch. What is the Kunja means? Kunja means forest. Forest groves. Vilasa Kunch. There is a beautiful forest called Vilasa Kunch. Very wonderful pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna happens there. So one can get Mera ye Abhilash hai, Mora ye Abhilash Vilasa Kunja Diyo Vas, to get a residence there. If you go to Govardhan, how many of you visited Govardhan? There is a place where that you go and you take this, the Govardhan Shila, people go there and make like a form of house. You put the stone on top of it, if you go there. So what's it signifies? So people go there and make this house and be praying to Govardhan that please give me a residence like this in your abode. People go to Ramandrethi. It's a sand. You have seen that, the sand in Ramandrethi? It's as soft as you cannot even imagine how soft it is. This is where Krishna was playing his childhood pastimes in Ramandrethi. And when people goes there, what they do? They just roll in this sand. They're all in the sand. Seeing that the footsteps, the footprint of Krishna, and this was Krishna was also doing. Entrance to this gives the entrance to the beautiful, wonderful abode of this Lord. So devotees, all we are doing when we worship Tulasi Maharani, we are seeking mercy and the kripa. Kripa kori, koru tare, Vrindavana vasi. Kripa kori. One who gives kripa. So this is what we have to always understand. So then what we do after? Guru. When we pray to Tulasi Maharani, then what after that what we do? We pray to Guru. What is that Guru? Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chidede Kuriya Ikya. Guru only that, right? Chakshu Dan Dio Janme Janme Prabhu se. Chakshu, that vision, that the transcendental vision. Who is giving that transcendental vision? Who? The Guru and the spiritual master and the devotees. Give the transcendental vision. One time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was taking this class, giving this transcendental science, spiritual science to everyone. So altar was open. That time there was a bell ringing, and then everybody got up, pretty much quite few devotees. They got up and went into the altar. And then they came back. So Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj asked, where did you go? So they said, we went for darshan. Oh yeah, you went there, you opened your eyes, you closed your eyes. But I was giving here the transcendental vision, the science, how to see the Lord. So now this is what we are doing, dear devotees. We are doing entirely opposite of what exactly meant by the Acharyas. We should follow exactly that our Acharya spiritual master says. We should follow. Then we make a rapid progress and we can have the realization, we can have that the bliss. I said that ocean of bliss. Srila Prabhupada was such a that took that steps off to give these blessings, mercy to everyone. Think about that. I was giving this the reels of that. What is that? The trailer of Mahavatar Narasimha. How many of you seen that? I was wondering, this whole world is now shaking. Our world is so attracted to this. And I was thinking, I was looking at Srila Prabhupada today morning. Literally, tears came to my eyes. The mercy of Srila Prabhupada in such a way that Srila Prabhupada started this Narasimha prayer in ISKCON temples and started this worship, and it became so popular. It was not there before. Everybody was quite afraid of worshipping Narasimha Dev. Isn't it? Everybody was a little worried. Oh, if I worship, if I keep Narasimha Dev in our home, the house will burn with the fury because we don't worship properly. But Srila Prabhupada was not like that. So Guru knows what is the medicine, the right medicine for the patients or the devotees. Srila Prabhupada implemented this worship of Sri Narasimha Dev in all these ISKCON temples, and pretty much all over most of the people now came to know that, understood that what is this worshipper, who is this Narasimha Dev, and see that the result of it, such a beautiful form that I was seeing that when the Narasimha Dev appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu, the entire theater went, stood up and praying to the Lord, and this was going around the world. See how beautiful it is. Showering the mercy somewhere or other there, and they are in such a joy and such a bliss and such a jubilation right there inside the theater. And they were saying that we are going for a movie. The devotees are saying, we are going for a movie. As is that they are, but this is what it is. So utilize everything properly so that we can attain, we can derive this mercy and blessings. I was remembering, just because of Srila Prabhupada spread this, the entire world, that mercy that now spreading everywhere and is reaching to everyone. Isn't it? Always remember this, dear devotees, that do not minimize this association. the association of the devotees, the words of the devotees, just implement in your life. It's all respect. It always gives that such a beautiful, such a wonderful life that you can ever have. And this is it. You may be suffering in all these lifetimes, but when you come in contact with the Supreme Lord like this, what happens? Now this is our end of those. And we are out of this ocean of material misery. And now we are coming closer and getting into the shore of that, the ocean. And now we are going back. That's called Gati, going back to Krishna. It gives such a immense benefits just by being there, just by taking the holy name, chanting the holy name. Is very, very beautifully and wonderfully. So I mentioned that we will go through the procedure. The reason for it, dear devotees, this is all our great fortune, great mercy that we receive. One who is able to worship the Lord with sincerely, with full heart and devotion, is very dear to the Lord, no matter what. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? If you take one step, what Krishna says? I would take 10 steps. Any other? 100? Somebody said 99. How many steps Krishna takes? 100 steps towards that. There is a beautiful, when Sanatana Goswami compiling this Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it's a beautiful section. It was very, very prominent and very profound. Sanatana Goswami put it like this way, and Gopakumar, I think if you get a chance, if you don't have this Brihad Bhagavatamrita, take it and read it. It's beautiful, wonderful. The experience of Gopakumar, how the Gopakumar attained, finally reached to the Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna was, Goloka Vrindavan is a beautiful, wonderful abode, dear devotees. Don't think that is just a fiction. It's beyond, it's when it comes to the spiritual reality or spiritual plane with your consciousness, you can see all this wonderful pastimes of Krishna. When you chant the holy name, you enter into it, the pastimes of Krishna. So Gopakumar reached to that plane. That's the spiritual ultimate abode, Goloka Vrindavan. It was, Sanatana Goswami was mentioning like this, it's a Bhagavatam, Bhagavatamrita. Amrita, the Bhagavad, the glories, the beautiful pastimes of Krishna. And then Gopakumar reached there, and Krishna was it was in the evening time, Krishna was just coming back with his Gopa friends and the cows and the millions of cows, and bringing back. Then Krishna saw Gopakumar came to Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna went there immediately, didn't look anything, and when they ran towards Gopakumar and embraced Gopakumar. And with that ecstasy, with that, the seeing that Gopakumar after many billions of lifetime, Krishna was so much in ecstasy, and with that feeling, Krishna went and embraced Gopakumar. With that feeling, what happened? Krishna fainted down. Krishna fainted down. Seeing the ecstasy and the joy of that, then Gopakumar also fainted down. Both of them fainted down. Then all the gopis, Balaram came, everybody came. Well, there's a lot of commotion. What happened to Krishna? What happened to Krishna? What happened to Krishna? They started to cry. They also started to. Then Balaram understood. Balaram is always understand the heart of Krishna. Balaram said, don't worry, he'll be back. So after like few minutes, Krishna came back again, the original consciousness. Gopakumar came back, original consciousness. As soon as they came back again, the consciousness embraced each other again. Then they again fall, unconscious with that ecstasy. This was going for like quite few times. Finally they came and Krishna told to Gopakumar, Gopakumar, I was looking at you each and every lifetime. Each and every lifetime I was looking at you, that when you are going to come to me. But when you go away, when you turn your face away from me, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Then that's the moment that I sent you. And you, Gopakumar was in Vrindavan. He was a Gopa. He was a cowherd boy, actually. One day, a person appeared before Gopakumar. One day, a person appeared before Gopakumar and gave this mantra. You chant this mantra, you will attain all the mercy, all the benefits, and you will attain completeness, perfection. So Gopakumar, this is called sincerity. Gopakumar was very sincere, took that mantra and started to chant that mantra. When he started to chant that mantra, everything transformed. Everything transformed in his life. He went to all the higher planes, all the places. Finally, because of chanting that mantra, he attained the Golok Vrindavan. Krishna said, I came before you as a devotee or as a guru. This was Krishna came before him. So Krishna, why this Sanatana Goswami mentioned that the devotees, somehow or other in our life, somebody will come to you and tell you, who is sending that person in your life? Krishna or Krishna's representative. So this is the greatest aspect of this devotion. The devotion is ultimate of our life, perfection of our life, dear devotees. One can come to that state and stage, that plane and that spiritual plane, just by that says Adau Shraddha Sadhu Sangha, association of the devotees. So one can come to that level of mercy. So we were discussing about last time that when we have deities and even association of devotees even take up the holy name even once, we are also fortunate, and think about that same Lord coming in your life in the form of the deity, in form of, it's called not, some people say this deity idol. How many of you pronounce this word idol in your life? Most of us. We say idol. What is the difference between deity and idol?
Deity is more blissful.
It is authorized.
Deity is authorized.
Life. Yes, life.
There is a devotee who married usually in Gujarat, and when they get married, they give a deity, a small Gopalji deity to the bride. So that they go, when they go to the other house, the groom's house, they take this deity in there and they start to worship. There was one devotee, so got married and came to Vrindavan. And then they gave the family, the bride's family gave this small Laddu Gopal to that, the bride. Since then she was very sincerely worshipping this deity. Very sincerely. Always sees that this is my Gopal. This is my Gopal, and this Mataji didn't has anything else to do. The first thing in the day that just to worship and serve this deity. So then Mataji became old. Mataji had a son. Then that son got married, and this Mataji became old. So one time, what happens? The Mataji is now old. So this Mataji couldn't do that. Then asked this Bahu, the daughter-in-law, that please serve and worship. They were not so devotees. So they just hesitatingly just went there and started to, and somehow this deity Gopalji just slipped from the hand and fall down. And this Mataji, the elderly Mataji who was worshipping the deity, was so upset, so much in distress and the pain, and always and thinking that my Gopalji, something happened to my Gopalji. Something happened to my Gopalji, and then she was restless. She said to her son, you have to call the doctor. Okay? You have to call the doctor and check Gopalji that everything is all right. because he fall down like a mother, how treat a baby. Think about that, a 6 months old baby falling from the heart. What the mother immediately does that, check that, okay, everything is okay, fine. Similarly, this Mataji was, when the Gopalji went down, fall down, the first thing that she was so upset, and then she was telling her son that, okay, call a doctor, check that everything is all right. This son was said, Mom, you're mad or what? Does anybody do like this? This is the metal, isn't it? No, the mother is, no. You don't know. Call doctor. So she was insisting their son that call doctor. And somehow or other, this son had a friend that was a doctor. And he told, my mom is so now became very mad in this devotion, in this all this. You just come just for satisfying my mother. You just come and check it and say that everything is okay. The doctor came. His friend, the son's friend. Doctor came. And then Mataji was a bit happy and checked and told this doctor, please check. My Gopal is okay. So then he came up with the stethoscope, right? And then he was wondering, okay, I'm checking something. I'm checking as a patient, like a patient. He took the stethoscope and started and put on the chest of the Gopalji. And he shocked the back. He said, and he did it again. And he was hearing the heartbeat of the Gopalji from the deity. The heartbeat. Can you believe? So that's why Krishna says the devotees yadhamam prabadhyande stams tadeva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartande manushya partha sarvashaha. I would reward them accordingly how they approach me. Don't think that deity is just a metal or idol. We generally categorize as idol. It's metal. Krishna is there, devotees. Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. His light is also Krishna. We may not understand or realize that you are hearing this is Krishna's potency. You are experiencing, your existing itself is Krishna's potency. Everything is Krishna's potency. Nothing that we can separate from it. But the moment, when we see some value, then it has a value. Think about that diamond, the Kohinoor diamond in this world. Generally, it is just a stone anyway. Isn't it? Just a stone. But you put a value to it, it becomes so valuable, it's invaluable. Isn't it true? Similarly, everything is, you can put any value in it, but the moment put such a determination, the value and the worship, the sincerity, put it for, the Lord reciprocate accordingly. So deities are like that. Deity is not just a single, idol. Don't ever take it that way. Sometimes people say, you worship, idol. What sense is that? Most of the religions start, what sense of it? The devotees, this is the highest realization of it. When we say Lord doesn't have any form, Lord doesn't have any qualities. But think about that. How many examples there in, with the deities that we can experience. That the story of Udupi Krishna. So many examples. Every deity has their own pastime also. Remember that. Krishna has pastimes like that. Each deity also has their own. The pastime with his devotee who serve the deity. Deity reciprocates. Prabhupada Maharaj was giving one time, I think probably last year, we went to the another installation of Jagannath Ji. There was one devotee in Chicago, I believe. They were worshipping Radha Shyam Sundar every day. So, when the Mataji go and offer the nice bhoga to the Lord, so what happens? Usually they remove the flute from the Lord and put it down. Usually people does that. They think that, okay, oh Krishna, when eat, okay, the flute may be disturbances. How can you open the mouth? How can he open the mouth when the flute is there? So we have that sentiment, we just remove the flute and keep it there. This Mataji was doing this, offering the bhoga. One day Mataji offered the bhoga, removed the flute, and then went back and to see that, once then you go back and take out the prasadam. That time, she was realizing, I put the flute down, but how come this flute is back on the lips of Krishna? The flute was back on the lips of Krishna. Okay? And she tried this couple of times, and she wanted to make sure that Maharaj was giving, this devotee told this to Maharaj, and Maharaj was giving this example how the deities are, reciprocating to such devotees. You know the story of Sakshi Gopal? Still there. If you go to Ramona, Sakshi Gopalji was in Vrindavan. Gopalji walked with that devotee. Madhavendra Puri. Kirchor Gopal. How many of you know that wonderful pastime? Lord stole the kheer, the payasam for this Madhavendra Puri. Jagannath Puri. How many beautiful, wonderful pastimes of Lord Jagannath? Krishna. So don't think that it's just idle. No. So what happens basically, when we invite the Lord, install the Lord, inviting the Lord, and that's called prana pradishta. Heard this word, prana pradishta? Prana pradishta means invoking the Lord permanently in that deity. You know that the Narasimhadev, I told the story of Narasimhadev in Mayapur. As soon as it was carved, Narasimhadev, that devotee was so powerful, who was carving the deity in Tamil Nadu, somewhere in Salem, somewhere. As soon as it's carved, the deity, the Mayapur deity, Narasimhadev deity, and then it was keeping there for 1 or 2 days. Immediately that the entire the house in which kept it was completely under the fire. It was Ugra Narasimha. Started the worship. So then this person called the Mayapur devotees, come and take the lordships immediately and start worship. So when deities are there, the devotees, we have to worship properly. So that's why I would tell that how we can do the ārati to the lordships. Very important. This is called Panchapatra. How many of you have this Panchapatra at your home? What is called Panchapatra? Pancha means what? 5. 5 items. It should be there in this plate, ārati plate. What are the 5 items? First of all, there is the 5 diya that which we offer. Right? This is 5. Pancha. We always give diya. This is called 5 diyas or 5 deep to Krishna. Then this is called a standing lamp. Usually what happens when you light the match, right? It has some chemicals. We don't directly do that. It may have contain some impurities, right? Some chemicals, some impurities. So we don't directly matchbox and just go and light the lamp like this. We don't do it. Rather, what we call is called standing light. Every temple, they don't directly do anything. It's called standing light in every aspect. Every puja, one should have a standing light in your Panchapatra. So we put that one, we light this one first. Then we agarbati, we put it there. The diya we should also light from this one so that it's pure. Okay. So Panchapatra contains the ārati, the diya. And then there is a plate which is 4 flowers to keep the flowers. And then there is a shank, a conch shell, right? This is to offer the water. to the lordships. And then there is a bell. Okay? There is a bell. You know that, if you start to tell about the bell, it's a beautiful story of Krishna is. What is this bell sound? It contains all the ragas in that, the sound of the bell. You don't need to do any other raga, any other music, anything that else. Just if you ring this bell, it contains all the musical tones into this. Just you ring this. So this is very pleasing for Krishna. Many times when you go to temple, in the front of the temple there is a bell. You ring it. It is actually just seeking the attention of it. So that. Remember that when the Lord, take the bhoga, if you don't ring the bell, that the beautiful pastimes of Krishna and the bell in the Vrindavan. Krishna was a butter thief, right? Krishna went to the homes of, all these different gopis. So Krishna entered and told everybody should be quiet. Everybody should be quiet. Even told even the bell and everything. You should not make any noise. But the moment Krishna started to steal the butter and put it in the mouth, the bell started to ring. I told you don't make sound. He said, how can I Lord that when you honor the bhoga, when you take bhoga, how can I go without ringing the bell? Because it pleases the Lord. Everything to please the Lord. There are temples that they go and sing the Lord before, like if you go to Jagannath Puri, before Lord goes to sleep, there is a Gita Govind that sings very beautifully. Similarly, when Lord takes the bhoga, this ringing bell gives such a pleasure for Krishna. That's the purpose of ringing the bell. So anytime that when you offer the bhoga, you should ring the bell. Right? So this is bell. Then achaman cup. I explained last time that how to take the achaman. Remember? How many of you remember? How to get the achaman? Right? This one, right? So I showed that. Om Keshivaya Namaha. Right? 3 drops. You drink it. You get it and then you wash it. So you wash it in your hand. Then Om Narayanaya Namaha. We put the drop and look at it. Om Narayanaya Namaha. You drink it from the bottom side of it. Then you wash it again. Then Om Madhavaya Namaha. Again look at the water and drink it. And then you wash it. Then it is a short achaman. And then you also sprinkle some water. Go with that. I also mentioned that last time how to make the achaman water or argya water. Right? So now this is called achaman cup and a spoon. Right? If it is copper, it is generally mentioned that copper or brass or silver is very good for the worship, especially copper. For any worship. Brass or silver. Silver is on the highest, then copper, then brass. Okay? In the worship. Metals. And this is bell metals. It contains almost 5 elements, the bell metal. In that. And then this is called Panchapatra, and there is a small pot that you contain the water to offer. So you know that the first thing what you do, you blow the conch. Why you are blowing the conch? To remove all inauspiciousness. Remove all inauspiciousness, mainly. Second thing, usually what happens, it's not when you do an ārati. You know that in Jagannath Puri or in Badrinath, once they close the altar, actually who is coming to worship again the Lord? All the Devadevatas. All the Devadevatas come and worship the Lord. If you go to Badrinath, this is the case. Every time. Devadevatas comes. So think about that when you worship the Lord, the devotees, they are looking for an opportunity where I can see that. All the living entities, especially the higher beings, they come. Srila Prabhupada says many times when they, chant the holy name, Srila Prabhupada look at like this and I can see Narada Dev is present. Devotees, all the wonderful, beautiful, and they will be all present for it. That's why when you do the ārati, the diya, what happens? You also do this diya, then, what is that? Not only for the devotees, also the invisible, those devotees who are present. So to think about that, so bringing that auspiciousness. And this is the sound. And I was hearing this one, when you blow the shank, conch, that sound goes to the, sound passes the invitations. Through the sound, right? Everything happens in this world through the sound. Everything, all the communication. The sound which invites like this. And also at the same time, when you blow this conch, what happens? You also eliminating all the bad, evil, elements or spirits. Sometimes they can create the havocs. There are these invisible or elements or spirits, but they also likes to come and part, because that's the only opportunity that they can, or somehow or other they can connect with the Lord, hear the Lord holy name. But sometimes they are not satisfied, they can also create havocs in it. That they can bring inauspiciousness. So when you blow the conch, they are pushing away those inauspicious elements or the evil spirits, but at the same time sending the invitation to the Devadevadas through the sound, and they come. And this is the meaning of blowing the conch. The first thing for ārati, Achaman, that's all explained. And before, then you blow the conch 3 times. Then you wash it. Always wash it outside, not inside the temple or altar room. Always outside of it. Because of your lips, you touch the lips, saliva is there and spit, so that you wash it outside, not inside of it. Then you keep it back. And then what is the first item for the ārati when you offer? What is the first item? The agarbatti or dhoop. Agarbatti or dhoop. So you take the ārati, and what you do? How many times you offer the ārati to the main deity? So first thing like this. Okay, let me tell you this one. Then an altar, don't think that you are always just keep only the deity's picture. Don't do that. You should have your spiritual master picture, Guru. Okay? If you don't have a Guru, at least Srila Prabhupada's picture must be there in the altar. Because we don't directly go and worship Krishna. What we do? We offer everything to our Guru or Srila Prabhupada, and they worship the Lord. We are in the assistance of our Guru. We are in the service of our Guru. They are really worshipping the Supreme Lord. Okay? So what happens when you have the Guru's picture or Srila Prabhupada's picture? Then either you may have Gaura Nitya, you may have Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, you may have the Radha Krishna. So first you have to show. This was, I think, one devotee was requesting that somebody heard some videos in an opposite way. But that is not right. So first you have to just show to that Guru that, I am giving this, I am this one. So you Guru. Or then you show to Srila Prabhupada. Just show it. Okay? You are not offering. See, offering your ārati, when you circle it, that's what is called really the ārati you're offering. But this is, you are seeking the permission. But showing to the Guru and showing to the spiritual master, or called Guru and Param Guru. Okay? Guru and Param Guru must be there in any worship. And then what happens? Then you show to Radharani, where you have Radha Krishna in your home. And first of all, we should always worship Radha and Krishna together. Hari Bhakti Vilas mentioned that, when also scripture reveals that we should not worship the Radha alone or Krishna alone. Okay? We should always worship Radha and Krishna together. Okay? And then what you do after that? you show to Radharani, then now you start real worship of Krishna. Showing Krishna, then you start the worship of Krishna. What is the first item that to be worship Krishna? Agarbatti. Okay, usually we take 3, but it depends on your convenience, either 1 or 3. The main purpose of it, that to create a very auspicious environment for Krishna. Very auspicious. Is pleased. Right? I remember when I was in Mumbai. There was one house, and they have cows and everything, and the first thing they do, they light the agarbatti and they keep it there, and that entire place becomes so auspicious and so fragrant. The moment you reach there, then you will immediately remember that this is a very serene, the place is so serene. So agarbatti, which gives that, very purifies the atmosphere and the other places. So first you offer, then remember that if you don't have any flowers, if you offer agarbatti, you must have to offer the flowers. Okay? It's very important. If you don't have the flowers to offer Krishna, you should not offer the agarbatti. Okay? You got it? So then, after the agarbatti, so how many times you offer the agarbatti? How many times you go around of the day? 7 times. Okay? 7 times you go around agarbatti with Krishna. If Radharani is there, next go to her, next to Radharani. Okay? Then it comes to the descending order. If you have Jagannath Ji, then you do that Jagannath Ji first. Right? And then Baladev. So then you go descending order. Gaura Nitai there, you do that Gaura first and Nitai first. And then you come again now, Param Guru, Srila Prabhupada. Then your Guru. And then you turn around and you do this to the outside, so that whoever is present, you are offering ārati, the agarbatti to them as well. And then you keep it outside or somewhere wherever it is possible. This is the way agarbatti. So what comes next after the agarbatti? Deepa. So what is the main item for an ārati? What is the main item for the ārati? Deepa. Right? Deepa. If you don't have anything, if you don't have time, if you don't have anything, that at least you offer this diya to the lordships. That's it. That's the main item for the worship. Ārati is this diya. Okay? Main item. If you don't have agarbatti, that's fine. If you don't have flowers, that's fine. If you don't have water, nothing. But at least you should, when you worship the Lord, you should have this, the main, the ārati deepa, the ārati, this is called ārati. This main item is the diya that we should. Okay, so now, same thing. You light the lamp, you put little water to purify the entire thing. The achaman water on this, not on the here, the diya. And then what you do? Again, same thing, you light with what? With this standing light, you light up, right? Mainly that when you go to that, everything goes to the clockwise direction. We don't do anything to anti-clockwise. Some people does that from the left to right, something. No, right to left, we don't do that. Everything we go in ascending order. Or this is called our gadi. This is the way that we progress, make the progress. We don't go down. We always go up in the sense of this devotion. Right? So that's why we also do not anti-clockwise direction. When you wave, when you make the rounds, what do? You go the clockwise direction. See this one? I'm doing this one, right? So it goes clockwise direction, right? Not like this. Some people say that, just go like this, so many ways you can. See that?
Yes.
Right? Like this, so many ways. Just like, no, that's not the proper worship. So when you light the lamp in that way and you go with one, and the same thing, you offer to Guru, show to the Guru first, Srila Prabhupada, then others, show to Srimati Radharani. Who is taking this to Krishna? Who is actually doing this worship Krishna? Radharani. So we show to Srimati Radharani, now we are in assisting all of them. This is our great fortune, that's our wish. We are not going to directly doing we are assisting in this one, Srimati Radharani, all this, devotee. So when you light the lamp, then what you do next? How do we do the ārati to the lordships?
Start with the lotus of Start with the lotus of the feet.
Lotus feet. This is the way you should see the Lord also. Not from the face, but from the lotus feet onwards. How many times you offer, you wave this? How many? 4 times. Okay? 4 times. So you offer the ārati to the 4 times at the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay? Then where do you take next? To the navel. To the belly. To the belly. How many times? 2 times. You worship. Then you take to the lotus face. How many times? 3 times. Right? 3 times you offer to the face, lotus face of Krishna. Then what do you do after that? Then all 7 times. All body. This should be very, always remember that this is the main item of the ārati. It should be very, very, what is called sober. Not like, okay, dude. Many people does that, right? Done. Ārati is done. Right? Ārati is done, right? See, when in the temple, in our place, you know how it's beautiful to see that when the pujari offers this ārati. So take this very sober, delicately, very nicely. Goes to that and see that, showing to the lotus feet of Krishna. Very, not too fast and not too slow. Okay? It goes like this, very sober. Like this. So the face, and then on the navel, and then the lotus face. And the lotus face, it should be in Guruvayur temple, and all when you do that one, you feel with the bliss in your heart just seeing that itself. Seeing that itself should be like that. So lotus face, and it should go cover the face like this, so nicely. Right? 3 times like that. Then you go like the 4 times around, like you are going like this very nicely with each anga of the Lord, like that. Face that, each anga of the Lord face like that. 7 times. So like this, right? 7 times, so beautifully. When you do that one, this is the way that Lord, we can see that the face of the Lord with a smile and this beautiful face of the Lord like that. Then you come down again. Same thing way with the Radharani, same way, right? And do it very nicely. And then each one descending order. And then with the Guru, and then you show to this one done. Once that is done, so this is like Lord, we are inviting the Lord. Lord is a person. It's not that Lord is idol there. Lord is a person. Lord is there. You can see the face of the Lord. You can see the smile of the Lord. You can see that Lord is looking at you. You can see the smile of the Lord. Everything you can see when you worship the Lord. Then what happens? We offer what do you do? Offer the arghya. I mean, generally when you do the temple, we also chant the bija mantra and call out the Lord's name. Right? When you say ārati, when you say that, okay? We say the bija mantra for the lordships and the name of the deity. Bija mantra. Many of you know that. The bija mantra. And then with that mantra, before we show to them, and then we chant this bija mantra. And then call out the name of the Lord. Then we start this worship like this. Yeah?
I don't know which mantra. Can you tell us?
I mean, it's not publicly tells. This is not supposed to publicly tell the bija mantra. Only those who are worshipping the Lord in the temple and the deity, generally, they get those who are Brahmins and second initiated, they get this bija mantra. Okay. So then, what we do next? Right? Then we offer the arghya, the water. Okay? So those who don't worry about that if you don't, but as soon as you worship, you have that your Krishna, your deity is there. Right? You chant the name of the deity. So you take this water, right, in a conch. Okay? So what? How do we start with the water or arghya? This is arghya. Okay, idam arghyam samarpayami. And I told you that how to make the arghya water, right? In the other time. So you take the pot, water. There is a pot must be there. There's a panchapatra. You pour the water here, right? Like this. So you take this water, right? So again, you show to that each deity like Guru, Param Guru, and then it comes to Radharani and show to the Lord, and then you chant. Of course, those who are Bija Mantra knows, they chant that one with calling out the name. And then where you start from it? How do you start from it? From the face, lotus mouth. Okay? We offer this to the mouth to the Lord. So how many times you do that? 3 times? Right? 3 times you do that. Right? 3 times like this. Then what do you do? Then 7 times around. So each deity, once you offer this arghya, then what happens? You pour little water into the back to the pot. As if that you are taking a new. Okay? That the water you offered, this sipped, you put it down here. Okay? And then you offer again to the next deity. Same way. Then 7 times around, you pour little water in the cup. Okay? That means as if that we are offering the fresh water. So whenever you do this, each deity, you do this one and come back and give this one and like same thing. And then you offer it, then Guru, and then came back and offer to the, on the outside. And then you pour the entire water in it. And that's become now prasadam. This is, Krishna is tasted this water. Krishna took this water, drink this water, or sip this water. And this is called arghya. It's Mahaprasadam. And you take this water and sprinkle this water little bit on the head. Okay? Usually you take a flower and put it on the head, not on the face. I went to temple last week. I think some devotee out of mercy, they had this arghya water was there. They wanted to offer me the water. So what they did? They took the water and put all on my face here. Boom! Like this on my face. So don't do that. Put it on the head, okay? So if you don't in the front, if you go to the water, or sometimes what happens, there are a lot of devotees and pujaris does that one, they put it like this and then they put it like this, right? So it gets into the head, that one, right? Or then if you go to each deity, then each person you put it like this. So this way, that is get the prasadam. Similarly, and when you offer the water or when you offer the diya, just for an example, you got the diya. So you get to that, then back to that devotees are standing there or somebody else is there. It's in the temple, if you just for your information. You take that diya, then you go and show this to the Srila Prabhupada first. Okay, as an offering as a prasadam. Or any gurus. Srila Prabhupada, it's in a descending order it comes. Right? A descending order, it comes, then, then come down like that. And then, if there are senior devotees are there, you go to offer to senior devotees. Right? The first offering that ārati to the senior devotees and then goes to the other like that. So that's the right etiquette of it. It's called Vaishnava etiquette or the right etiquette of it. So after the water, what do you do? What do you offer to Krishna? Kerchief, handkerchief. Krishna sip the water. They have to give the towel to wipe that, right? Wipe this. Otherwise, Krishna's hand will be wet, mouth will be wet. Krishna is always playing the flute. Krishna is always so beautiful, right? His lips are so reddish, bimba fruit like this. When the water is there, we don't want to give. Krishna is so beautiful. So we just give that kerchief. This is the kerchief. Okay? So we offer this kerchief. And what you do? How many times you do this? 7 times around. Similar way. Show to Guru, Ram Guru, Radharani, Krishna. Chant the Bija Mantra if you know. Or call out the name of the Lord. Now for 7 times. Okay? Always diligently, not like this. Not just
7 times of face.
no, all around the body. 7 times all around the body. Okay? So this is called what is this called? The Vastram Samarpayami. Right? The Argyam Samarpayami or Achamaniyam Samarpayami. Vastram Samarpayami. The Vastram is called Vastram. Okay? Then what happens? After that, the flowers. Right? So you offer the agarbatti. Now Lord should have the natural fragrance. Krishna likes natural fragrance, flowers. So whenever you offer the bhoga, never have agarbatti should not be burning at the time of when you offer the bhoga. Because of when you offer the bhoga has itself has a very nice fragrance. When there is a hot rice, nice, when we may not see that here, or we may not even feel that here. But back in our home, when you bring this beautiful rice, when you cook, it has a nice smell, even fragrant, right? When you pour a little ghee on it, what a beautiful smell, what a wonderful smell it comes. Anything. Here you don't experience anything, you don't feel anything.
Oh, I did very bad.
Well, is that right? I miss it, right? Even me too. That the paddy, that the rice which comes when you cook it, and when it just that itself is so fragrant. And then other curries, that Krishna likes this. See, sometimes when you get the smell of this curry, naturally the appetite immediately comes to, right? The appetite immediately, you just feel to eat because that's the smell itself. Similarly, this is the same thing. So you should not change that the nice fragrance of the bhoga, then remove that all the agarbatti outside, and then you offer the bhoga nicely to the lordships. I will take another class for how to offer the bhoga. Yeah. So this way now you offer this, what? The kerchief. Then after that what? The flower. The nice natural fragrance of the flower. Srila Prabhupada says, if the flower doesn't have any fragrance, don't offer it. Flower should have fragrance. Some people does this flower and wash it. And all the fragrance goes away when you wash it. But instead you sprinkle some water. Anyway, flower is flower. When you get it from the market, some places, you may do something, you sprinkle it. But always remember that you should always offer the very fragrant flowers to Krishna. Krishna likes this natural fragrant flowers, fragrance of the flowers. Like jasmine, rose, right? Some flower does not have anything, but still we offer.
Jhendu? Jhendu flower?
It has smell, that ones. And when you offer the flowers, make sure that Krishna, especially the worship of Vishnu, is mostly what kind of flower, what color of flower he use? Yellow. Okay. When you offer the flowers to Guru, what color of flower you offer? White. Like Shakti Tattva, like you offer these flowers to Devis, like Katyayani or which one you offer? Red. So this is the difference. Let's say 5 colors of when you do the homas, 5 colors of this flowers, you use it. Okay. So water, then again thing. So you get that one. Just see there's a flower in there, right? So you take this, you sprinkle some water, so you purify it, right? And even if there is no fragrance for the flower, you add a little extra fragrance. You just add to it, right? Artificially, something. Main thing is, Lord should get some nice fragrance. So you take this one, and then what do you next? You take it and show to the lotus face of the Lord. Right? Lotus face of the Lord. So you offer the flowers only on the face of the Lord. Okay, so that Lord can smell it. This is the mood. Okay, we should have that mood of worshipping the Lord. So Lord can, excuse me, I think it's okay. And then we'll finish. Lord can, this wood on the lotus face of the Lord. Okay, face. Then similar way. Then you offer some to the lotus feet of Krishna, which is already, so that there is always that Lord can have that, nicely, that the fragrance of the flowers. Yeah. Then after that, same thing. After that, what is next? After that, there is chamara. Where this chamara come from? Where does the bird come from? Or where is this? This actually is called yak tail, This chamar. It is actually originally come from the chamari cows. Chamari cows. Why we are offering this chamari cows, this tail to the Krishna? This was Krishna's promise. I told this story one time. Remember? In Badrinath. The Mughals were trying to attack and come and destroy the temple. Krishna saw this one. These are all these mlechas. They eat the meat and so much, and they don't want to get into even, come in front of even to them, because of Krishna doesn't like any of this killing the cows, eating, and Krishna will never, approve any of those things. So Krishna took the shelter of the chamari cow's tail and promised to that you will be one of the articles that will be worship me in every day. Krishna was reciprocating to that. That's why he started to this chamari, and that's called chamar. So what do you say? Idam chamara sevaya. Idam chamara. We say that when you say idam chamara sevaya.
But the ones we are using now are not.
Yeah, that's a yak tail. This
This is synthetic ones.
synthetic one. So yeah, original I don't know. Maybe very difficult. It's very costly also.
Not costly, it is not allowed because of this animal.
Oh yes, animal. Yes, it is not an original one. Yes. Yeah. So this is the way. So what do you do? So you 7 times, right? You wave 7 times. Got it? 7 times you wave it. Then after that, same thing. You show to that each deity, and 7 times you wave it. It's as descending order, same way, and then you say, and then you keep it. And what is the next one? This happens only in summer. What is the next one? The peacock feather. Mayura Vyachanam. It's called Mayura Vyachanam Sevaya. Mayura was called the peacock feather, right? This is a nice fan, right? So Lord gets nice cooling effect, feeling. So you this chamara, the Mayura Vachana, this you offer, and a nice fan. You just give that nice cooling. So then what you do? Then this is the worship, the 7 items, right? 7 items. So you worship the Lord. Then what you do? Finally, what as you concluding this one, take the water, you blow the conch again. As you concluding, that is puja is done, right?
Bhoga is after flowers or
After the ārati?
after the ārati is
No. Actually, in real sense, in real aspect, the bhoga is before the ārati. Okay? Before the ārati.
So before the conch,
Which conch?
first we start with the conch.
Yeah. Then
So
when you
bhoga is
finish,
before that.
before that, yes. So this is for ārati. Suppose now you are going for bhoga. That's why I said, we'll take another class for how to offer the bhoga. So if you worship, if you do this, like if you have Shalagram Shila or if you have deities, some people worship, bathe the Lord every day. Right? Bathe the Lord every day. Abhishekam. So I'll also tell you one time, how to do the Abhishek for the Lord. So then what happens? So this happens, what happens? This is the Abhishek of the Lord before even ārati, before even bhoga. Okay? Before even bhoga. So once the Lord is nicely bathed, now you offer the bhoga to the Lordships. Now after the bhoga, you do the ārati. Right? Now Lord is now settled. Nice bath, nice bhoga, nice dress. Okay? Now ready to explore the wonderful pastimes. Right? This wonderful ready to explore the wonderful pastimes of the Lord with his gopis. So this is the way that we should worship us, that the Lord is right there. Lord is always there. Every day, dear devotees, the Lord's wonderful pastimes are there. We worship sincerely in this devotion, with the devotion to the Lordship. Lord always reciprocate with this love and devotion and reciprocate to that devotee. Lord never forget, even if you offer a tulasi leaf to Krishna, right? Krishna would never forget such devotees. Never forget. This is the greatest of our fortune, dear devotees. Greatest of fortune. We have an opportunity to worship the Lordships in our life. That's it. We will be with the Lord. Eternally with the Lord. But yes, we may have some impurities. It may take some more years, some more lifetimes. May not be in this lifetime, but maybe a couple more or something. But actually, Krishna would never forget. That's why what Krishna mentioned this one. There is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse number 22. Anybody remember? No, that's 240. Huh? No. Always remember this word.
So which chapter was it?
Chapter 9, verse 22. Mataji, forgot? It must be there. Bhakti Shastra, it must be the prominent words. No. Ananyaschindayanto mam yejana mam parivasade tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. And worship me exclusively. Ananyaschindayanto mam yejanam parivasade upasida. Worship. Parivasade. Parichar. This is called parichar. Parivasade. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam. Nityabhiyuktanam, always Nitya. Yogakshemam vahamiham. I would provide what they lack, and I would carry what they have. If we have the devotion, who is the responsible? Krishna would carry. Krishna would make sure that he carries that. And if you are lacking something, Krishna would make sure that he gives to his devotees. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and thank you so much for this very beautiful, this wonderful dear devotee. Some way or other, we have that engaged into this worship is the most fortunate person in this world. Most fortunate. Okay? Thank you so much. Any questions, comments, concerns? It's too much, huh? Okay. Okay.
Prabhuji, peacock feather was how many times?
7 times. 7 times, Chamala 7
And
times.
after peacock feather, again conch.
Conch, yeah. Blow the conch.
That is the
Conclusion, yeah. But you are concluding the ārati. Okay, so today is also another important. Today is my son's birthday, Krishna's. My eldest son.
It's Krishna's birthday.
Krishna's birthday, my eldest son. So he is not here, he is in Wisconsin. But let's chant together, maybe.
Yes. Yes.
For his well-being or his good health, this good devotee's mercy, devotee's blessings. So always, we seek for it. And always we, that helps in a lot of ways. So I don't know whether there is, I don't know whether there won't be any cake or anything, but at least we can chant together, yeah?
Yeah.
So let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please bless him so that he will become a nice devotee of
Hare
Lord.
Krishna to him.
Hare Krishna to him, yes.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, happy birthday.
How many year old?
He is 23 now.
23. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Jai.
Batchmates.
Hmm?
Looks like batchmates.